Hello and welcome to Elephant English Podcasts.
Today we're going to talk about the heat wave. It's been very hot this summer, hasn't it?
Yes, in England this year, I think we're on heatwave number 4. It's been very hot for about 3 or 4 days at a time, and then it goes cooler and then extremely hot again. I know that in other countries they have temperatures much higher than we're experiencing at the moment. But for example, if you live in Italy and it's 40 degrees or more, then your house has been built with that in mind, and it will be a cooler building. You might have air conditioning, the windows might be smaller, etc. But in the UK, we don't normally have temperatures of 36 degrees. It's been very extreme.
It was 37 degrees the other day.
Yes, I think that was only for one day, but there are a lot of warnings for older people and children and for pets, because people need reminding that it's not safe to go outside in the heat of the day or to take dogs for a walk. And the government reminded people to drink water, etc., because it's just not normal for people here to experience these high temperatures.
And now all the grass is dry, the fields are dry.
Yes, normally when you see a photo of the British landscape, an aerial photo, it's very, very green. But at the moment, if you looked at an aerial shot, everywhere is yellow or like covered. It looks like sand, which is very unusual. So it's been very bad for the farmers, for growing crops, but also for their animals, because a lot of farms have cows and sheep outside in the fields and there's just no grass for them to eat.
Everywhere is so dry that there have been quite a few fires as well, haven't there?
Yes, some of these fires have started naturally because of the extreme heat, but others, unfortunately, have been started deliberately. And it's very sad because not only are the fields and trees being damaged, but some people have lost their houses because the wildfires have spread from the fields to urban areas. But this is the case all across Europe as well. It's been a big problem this year.
And the other day there was even a national alert on our mobile phones.
Yes, it was quite extreme. There was like sirens on everybody's mobile phones, but it wasn't on everyone's at exactly the same time. And I think I had 3 alerts. Other people didn't have any. But it was to warn people not to have any fires outside or barbecues because it's dangerous, because there have been so many fires that have destroyed property and land. But then I read yesterday, even after this alert, which was on everyone's phones, even after this, some people were still having fires in their garden, burning their rubbish, which is just wrong, and other people lighting barbecues, and it's just so dangerous.
We even saw that in a park near here, didn't we?
Yes, some people had bought some disposable barbecues, which are like silver foil trays, and put them on the ground, on the dry grass, and had lit them and were cooking barbecues in a parkland area. It's just incredible. And then they had left them and there was smoke coming from the grass. But luckily someone found them and put water on them and moved the barbecues away from the grass. It's incredible to think that people still think it's okay to light fires and have barbecues. And now I think the government have banned the sale of these disposable barbecues. But I imagine some people still have them at home in their garage, or they will be on sale somewhere in a shop or petrol station for people to use.
And has it been too hot for you this summer, or have you been okay?
It's mostly been okay because we've had some free time, and when it was very hot, we got our chairs and sat in the shade and reading books, and it was fine. But I think for a lot of people who had to drive a lot or go to work, then it's been very difficult for them. We like the heat. We like the summer, but some people find it very difficult to sleep. So if you imagine that people aren't sleeping well, then they've got to get up and go to work, and the heat wave could be for 3, 4 or 5 days, then it has effect on other people. But we've been fine. I think there was only one day, that day last week when it was 37 or 38, that was very uncomfortable. But if you keep drinking water, then, I think it's fine.
Because I think that some workplaces don't have air conditioning here in the UK, and we've been to some places where it was very hot and we had to go outside, like some little bookshops, or there were a few markets, indoor markets that we've been to, and you just wanted to get out of there.
Yes, that's like I was saying earlier, that the UK just isn't set up for the hot, very hot weather, or even in winter, the very cold weather. We don't do extremes very well. And these heat waves don't happen often enough for small bookshops or small stores to invest in air conditioning. Some households have now installed air conditioning because last summer was very hot, and this one is too. So, that's personal choice. But for these smaller shops, I don't think it's viable for them to have it fitted. But as you say, you could be browsing in a bookshop or a small fashion shop, and you suddenly have the feeling that you need to get out because there's no air. They don't even have fans in there, I don't think.
Sometimes they don't even have windows, it's just a front door that's open. I think it's because it's normally cool outside or cold in the winter.
Yes, yeah. Maybe if these heat waves continue every year, then something will have to change. But on the other hand, when you have the very big supermarkets or big shops, their air conditioning is on so high that often you have to come out because it's so cold in there. Do you remember yesterday we were walking past the fridge area in the supermarket and we rushed through because it was so cold in there? I've also seen a video that showed that in the heat waves, people have spent, on average, 22 minutes longer in supermarkets than they normally would. Now, I don't know if it's true or that's just a marketing thing, but because it was so hot outside, people have thought, oh, I'll go to the supermarket and just spend a long time wandering around in the cool. It's quite funny. I don't know if people spent more money or just spent longer enjoying the air conditioning. But I can imagine that people have done that when it's been so hot outside.
I imagine that includes shopping centres as well, because you could go to a cafe with air conditioning, not just standing at Tesco, the supermarket, for an hour.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know if shopping centres have so much air conditioning. I think it's the individual shops that do. And I think this was a report by Aldi to say that people had enjoyed their air conditioning, and they have a very good marketing team. So I think maybe it was a bit of advertising too.
Or a bit of a joke.
Maybe, yes. Yeah.
If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.